Welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. I love doing these lives. I get excited when I wake up in the morning. It's just the best. So I hope that you like them too. First off, I want to start on a personal note. I moved to Florida. Gosh, it's been 9 months now. It's ruined me. I used to live in the snow. It is 60 degrees out there. It feels like frostbite conditions to me. I'm not kidding you. I am so cranky. And a couple of days ago, I was thinking, my gosh, it's just been so cold. I can't get warm. It's one of those kind of things where I have to go take a bath to get warm. And I was thinking, I need to go somewhere in the winter so I can warm up instead of being here in the cold months. And then I realized that's Florida. That's where I already am. So that's my big sob story today. I'm freezing. How are you guys doing? Where are you coming in from? Can you hear me? Can you see me? That whole thing. I want to know how your holidays were. Mine were great, very quiet and peaceful, which is how I like it these days. I did the kids and the whole house and the neighbors and that whole thing. It's when you get a little bit older, maybe you'll agree. It's just nice to have it kind of quiet and peaceful, which it was for me. So let me know where you're coming from. Oh, from Finney. That's just right down the street from me. It's one of the villages here in the villages. We all live in they're neighborhoods. They're just like neighborhoods, but we call them villages. So that if you say to someone, I live in the village of Citrus Grove, or I live in the village of Finney, or I live in the village of Marsh Bend, people kind of have a sense of where you are. Are you in the north end of the villages or the south end of the villages? Is kind of how we kind of communicate. And the funny thing is that within the villages themselves, there's like team pride. And a lot of the villages have t-shirts, with a little saying about their village or something like that. It's really fun. And I'll tell you, if you're wondering, I have had such a great time since I've moved here. It's such a sense of community and such a sense of, just being safe and secure and around really wonderful people who just want to have a nice, peaceful life too. It's really been wonderful. So I appreciate the villages. If you're from the villages, the Netherlands. Oh gosh, I love that. Oregon, you're cold up there too. I lived in Portland in Lake Oswego for a little while. You might know that area. Boca Raton, you're warmer than me. Can I come stay? Do you have a guest room? I'm freezing up here. I'm in Central Florida. Snowy Michigan, you're cold. Augusta, Georgia. It's probably cooler in Augusta there too. I wonder if my friend Renee, she's in Georgia as well, only she's in Atlanta. Montreal, Canada, cold. Puerto Rico, warm. Warm, cold, warm, cold. All right, today we're going to be talking about the January Boss event. And some of you might be saying, what the heck's a Boss event? I'll give you the really short descriptor because most of the people here probably know what a Boss event is by now, which is why you're here. BOSS, BOSS, stands for Big Old Super Sale. And here's how it came about. When I first started my channel, it's been over 4 years now. Can you believe it? I started an email list when I started my channel. And I've been sending out this Sunday morning email newsletter since the very start of my channel. It's one of the most popular things about my channel. If you're not on the email list, it's in the description box down below. People love it. Anywho, what has happened over those 4 years is that list is now enormous. And I looked at that list and I thought, what can we do to kind of leverage this list? And what I thought was I could go to companies that I love. I use their products. I love their products. I think in other words, they're the companies that I feel good about, that I have integrity, have a good product, a good price point, the whole thing. And I went to them and I said, I have this enormous list of women my age, this demographic. Can you offer us a special sale just for us? And because we have such a big list, it was enticing for the manufacturers. So my criteria, if they want to be featured in a Boss event, is they have to give us something better, something different, some kind of gift with purchase, some kind of discount that's bigger and better than anyone else gets. Because if it's just a standard sale, it doesn't really make much sense. So that's what I say to them, you're welcome to offer anything, but it has to be bigger, better, cooler, more valuable than what you offer just to the general marketplace. So that's what a boss event is. It is a company who has come forward to me, somebody that I invite. It's by invitation only. Actually, companies that come to me and wanting to be a part of it. And I said, it's by invitation only. And so that's what it is. So that's what the boss event is. Now it goes for the entire month. So this boss event is going to be all month long. I remind my email subscribers during the month what the boss event is. So if they didn't catch the live, or if they forgot, or they put it on their ticker list and they didn't go back to it, you'll be updated throughout the month in the email newsletter what the boss event is. And then at the end of the month, that boss event closes out. And then about the second week of the next month, I give myself a little break, a week break. We launch the next boss event. So that's what a boss event is. Now, this month's boss event is near and dear to my heart because I get asked all the time, Kimberly, if you could only buy one device, skincare device, at-home skincare device, if you could only buy one, if you only want to own one, if you only want to invest in one, which one would you get? My answer is hands down every single time, and there's no close second. This is not a sort of thing. It is the absolute definitive answer is a red light device. Why? Because red light does so much more than soften your wrinkles. It helps with your immune system. It helps with joint pain. It helps with the generation of ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, which is kind of the spark that helps your body function. It is so good across the board. And honestly, I notice that if I feel like I'm getting a bug and I sit in front of my red light, I just feel like it kicks that bug to the curb. I don't have scientific evidence to that. That's just been my anecdotal experience. So red light is hands down my favorite modality. And think about it. We are energy. The only reason you can see us is because the energy is slowed down to create form, but we're really just energy. And all red light is frequency. So it's frequency meeting frequency. So if you have a healing frequency onto your frequency, it's going to work its magic. And in my opinion, we're going to be moving into frequency medicine as we move forward and as we learn more and open up to more modalities. So I'm very, very excited that the January boss event for this month, 2024, is MITO. And I always pronounced it MITO. And you know what? I found out that was wrong. It's MITO for mitochondria, which makes total sense. I use the MITO red light because I did a lot of research when I was first looking at red light, and I wanted two things. I wanted power, because with red light, power matters. That's the defining functionality for red light, is you want good power and you want the right frequency. So I wanted power and I wanted an affordable option. Red lights are not cheap. I found MITO way back at the beginning, and I kind of researched and compared them to other companies. They were newer, so I think that they were a little bit less well known, but I thought that's a good company and that's a good price point. So that's what we have for the boss event this month. And they have two things that are on sale. And I'm going to hold them up, both of you. They're both heavy. The first one, this is the MITO Adapt 2.0. This is an awesome red light unit. If you have not used the MITO red light unit, they are so good. They're so quality. This sucker's heavy. And this, you sit in front of it. I sit in front of mine for 10 minutes every day. I have one that's this same line, only mine's a lot bigger. This one is incredible. This one can sit on your counter, or, your vanity top or whatever, or it also comes with a pulley system that you can put on a door. So you can hang it up on the back of a door, just scoot a chair over there and sit in front of it. This unit is so good. It is fabulous. And they are offering $75 off this particular unit for the viewers and friends of Pretty Over 50 all month long. This thing is so great. Let me show you how it works. Over here on this side, there are 3 buttons on the side. One of them is the power button. One of them is the time. Well, this one has 4. Mine has 3. So this is timer, more time or less time. And then it also has the mode. And I think there's 3 different modes on it. I don't remember what they are, but I use the A and the 1. So I use the combination of the 2 frequencies. So you sit in front of this thing. I generally sit around 10 inches away from it. You can read it on the website, how far away you want to sit. And I do it for 10 minutes every single morning. This is hands down, no questions asked, no second choices, my favorite at-home device. And the cool thing about red light is not only is it going to soften your wrinkles, but if you have joint pain, if you have an injury, if you have inflammation, if you're having any issue around functionality of your body, this is going to step in there and really support your healing on that. I have shared the story a few times that, gosh, it's been a couple of years now. I had an accident where I had about 30 punctures in my hand, like deep puncture wounds. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to get infected. It's going to be awful, and I didn't want to go to the doctor. I'm not a doctor person. So what I did is I cleaned it really well and I sat in front of my red light unit holding my hand up. And you know what? It never got infected and it healed up miraculously. I mean, 2 or 3 days later, it wasn't even sore anymore. So I can really attest to the power of having a red light unit in your house. It's not just for softening wrinkles. It also is a great modality for any kind of stiff joints or pulled muscles or inflammation. Anything you got going on, it's probably going to be positively affected by a red light unit. So again, this is $75 off for the whole month of December. And you can find the link and all the details on this in the description box down below. But that's not the only thing that they're offering this month. And I just got this in like 2 days ago. I was wondering if it was going to get here in time. They have come out with a brand new product. Now, let me tell you, it's spendy. It is spendy. They are offering 20% off. I'm looking at my notes over here, but it is really, really cool. And if you have chronic issues with your joints, with injuries, with inflammation, that sort of thing, you might want to take a look at this. It comes in this really, really big box. I'll try to hold it up for you. It's a really, really big box. And can you see? Can you see what it is? Let me try to hold it up for you. It is a full body, like sleeping bag red light unit. I am not kidding you. It is amazing. You know those like little sauna blankets? It's like that. Oh, only it's in a red light unit. I was so tickled to see this. So it has in here all the red lights, the little panels or the little, diodes inside. You crawl inside of it, you get the red light all over your entire body, which I think there are some people in the world who have problems with their body. They have joint issues, they have flexibility issues, they have pain, they have injuries. This is going to be so very good for them. This just came out. It is brand new. They've just launched it this month, and it's really very, very exciting. I mean, this is serious, medical health right here for those who are looking for this kind of thing. It's like a sleeping bag. You plug it in, you can dial in the different frequencies and just lay there and get the red light all over your body. This is called the MITO Pod, and it is 20% off to the viewers of Pretty Over 50 for the month of January. So this is probably not going to be for everyone, but if you're looking for some serious support for a body issue or body concerns like injuries, inflammation, joint issues, that sort of thing, this could be a really great godsend for you. So those are the 2 specials from MITO. I know I keep calling it MITO. I will learn. And then I'm really, really excited about, I have been using my MITO, gosh, for 3 years now. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think that we are going to be coming into a time that everyone's going to have a red light in their home because it is so healthful. And the frequency medicine is really where we're going. So I'm excited. And I want to thank Mito very, very much for giving us this boss event for this month. So it's the MITO Adapt 2.0. That's $75 off. And of course, the larger MITO Pod, which is kind of like the sleeping bag that you crawl into with red lights all over it, that is 20% off for the whole month. So I'm really thrilled about that. Thank you, Mito. I'm going to hop over to the chat right now and see if there's any questions. She says, mush. How do you pronounce that? Mush Capote? I can't read it. I can't believe you actually moved here. I've been following you way before your video with Rusty. And then the next thing I know, you moved here. Yeah, I'm having a ball here. I really am. For people who like to do a lot of stuff, and I was talking to a fellow the other day, he lives here part-time. Same thing. It's like summer camp. If you like to do a lot of things, hiking, biking, kayaking, pickleball, tennis, softball. If you're the kind of person like me, I like to do a lot of stuff. This is just heaven for older people. It really is. It's like summer camp for seniors. Athens, Greece, Mendocino, California. Oh, Barbara, I used to live in Casper. I started my channel when I lived in Casper. Casper is this tiny little town right north of Mendocino. Honestly, I think the population in Casper is like 87. No one lives there. And it's now 86 because I don't live there anymore. Tarpon Springs. Oh my gosh, I've got to go over there and kayak with the manatees. And yeah, it is cold. I'm freezing. Wow, that's expensive, but yeah, red lights are not cheap, but what I can tell you, and you can do some research, MITO really offers a very, very quality unit at a very reasonable price. I just haven't found anybody better. So that's the boss event for this month. Let me get a drink. Now I have something else I want to talk to you about. This is kind of a double header. And to segue into this, I'm going to do a little striptease. I'm just going to take my sweater off because I'm so excited about this. Do you guys remember when I had Amber Haddock on my channel and she did the little talk on safety for mature women? Well, we were talking during that video and I had the idea, let's do a safety class for the viewers of Pretty Over 50. And she said, that sounds like a great idea. So anyway, we have put together this whole safety class with Amber. She's going to hop on Zoom with all of us January 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason I'm taking this sweater off is because I want to show you this shirt that I'm wearing underneath it. Amber sent me this. I'm really proud of it. It's super comfortable too. It is a logo t-shirt from her company. It's Not Harmless. Isn't that cute? So Not Harmless with Amber Haddock. And what she specializes in is really super common sense, practical, easy to implement solutions just for keeping us more prepared and more safe. And that's what I love about her. It's not extreme. It's not complicated. It's just stuff that when she says it, I'm like, why did I not think of that? So we're going to be doing a class January 20th, which is in 9 days on Zoom. I'm going to be there. I think Lori's going to be there too. It's going to be about 2 hours. Amber's going to share with us some really great practical, easy to implement tips for just being prepared or just common sense on how to really manage things so that you stay a little safer, feel a little bit more comfortable. Let me give you an example of 2 of the things that I have implemented just from following Amber on her Instagram. She's got an awesome Instagram. So these are 2 things, these little ceramic things. I have a thing for ceramics that I keep on my bedside table. You know how you have little decorative things on your bedside table? Well, these are mine. So in one of them, now, I didn't do this before, I keep my extra keys for my car. Why? because if I hear something in the middle of the night that makes me nervous or I feel might be something that I don't want to have around, I've got this key right here and I can hit that alarm on my car and that alarm is going to go off. So I have this now right next to my bed. What a clever thing. And why did I not think of that on my own? But Amber told me that. One of the things I want to tell you is I had someone comment about the safety classes like, oh, I don't want to live in fear. That's just, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not living in fear. It is being prepared and being practical. Kind of like, I don't know, when there's a big storm coming, you make sure you have some candles and some extra food because they're saying that the electricity is going to go off and you might not be able to get into the grocery store. It's nothing more than that. It's just preparing in a very common sense way. So now I have my extra key and I have practiced where that little alarm is on the key so I can pick it up in the dark and hit that button and that car alarm is going to go off. And if there's something hinky going on around my house and someone is up to no good, they're going to be startled by that and probably run away. So this is one of the things I've learned from Amber. The second thing I've learned from Amber, and of course it's common sense as well, this is another little thing right on my bedside table. Guess what I have in it now? I have a little flashlight. I mean, why did I not think of that on my own? But now I have the little flashlight right next to my bed. So if something's going on and I need light and for some reason there's no power or whatever, I've got a flashlight right next to my bed. So Amber's going to spend some time with us on Saturday, January 20th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and just walk us through some really useful, really handy, common sense tips that we can implement in our lives to just feel a little bit more secure, regardless of what's happening around us. Things are getting a little bumpy, in the country. People are a little bit more on edge. And I think that being prepared in a very, very easy to implement way is a great idea. So the link is down below. What you do is it's $25 and that's all it is. And I don't have anything to do with this this is Amber's deal. She set the price, everything. I think $25 for 2 hours with a security specialist. She was a bodyguard for like princes and princes in Saudi Arabia or something like that. I mean, she not only was a police officer in Texas, but then she became a private bodyguard. So she really knows her stuff. And the funny thing is, and I've noticed this, Amber, because of her bodyguard experience, is used to being invisible. In other words, when you're a bodyguard, the last thing you want to do is draw attention to yourself. And you want to just be kind of in the background so that you can keep your eye on everybody else and make sure that there's no shenanigans that are going to come up when you're there. So Amber is so shy about doing this kind of stuff, but I told her we need you. We absolutely need you because she has such great information. So I'm going to be there. She's going to be there. We've got a lot of people signed up already. What we're going to do is Amber's going to do the class. I think it's probably going to last about an hour, hour and 15 for the class. And then she's going to open it up to questions. I think it's going to be awesome. Might be something that we do every year from here on out. And I think it's wonderful. I hope that you're going to join me there because I feel like it's going to be one of those things when you say that was so worth it. It was not only worth the $25, it was really, really worth my time. So that's the second thing. Let's see, Kennewick, Washington. Do you still grow your microgreens? I don't have them set up right now because I don't really need them right now, but I have everything in my garage ready to go. The cool thing about microgreens is, and this is important, and my friend Lori has gotten everything for microgreens too. You can survive on microgreens alone, microgreens and water for a long, long, long time. And that's why I find having everything for microgreens to be so handy because if it comes down, push comes to shove, and there's food shortages or I can't go to the store or something, I've got everything I need right here in the house. I did do a full video on microgreens, how to grow them. You can just go over to my channel and scroll down. When do you feel results for any joint pain? Sciatica every 6 weeks. Thanks for your I think it's probably a cumulative thing. Like if you're going to sit in front of a red light with joint pain, it's going to ease it a little bit over time. I know that my friend Lori, she has a hip problem and she's using the belt, the red light belt that MITO makes. And instead of putting it on the small of her back, she has put it on her hip and she's getting relief that way. So I think it's just one of the kind of thing that you have to just keep using it. I know that I have used my red light on my knee. I have a knee that if I eat poorly or if I work out too hard on that one leg, I will get a swollen knee and I'll just put my red light in front of it and that's going to help ease that swelling. Kansas City, hello, Vero Beach, Florida. I'm so cold also. I know as Floridas are whining. Keep checking batteries in your flashlight. I will. I put brand new fresh batteries in them. And if you don't know where to get batteries, get them on Amazon. They're so inexpensive off of Amazon. I have a ton of AA and AAA batteries in my cupboard so that I am covered all the time. I don't have anything else but the AA and the AAA. And so if anything goes out in my house, I am stocked up and ready to go. Um, Let's see. Oh, you know what? The Amber thing, here's the thing. If you can't make it on that day, go ahead and sign up anyway because she's going to send out a link for the video. So you'll be able to watch it later. In other words, it's not going to be just right here while she's doing it. It's going to be a video presentation as well. So you'll be able to link up to it and go back and refer to it. I feel like that is important because when I'm watching it, I'm going to be paying attention to Amber, but I'm going to keep the link to the video so I can go back, make a list of all the things that I haven't done around my house that I want to, and then implement those things. So if you want to go, but you aren't going to be available at that time, go ahead and sign up anyway. You'll get the link and you'll be able to see the whole video and the Q&A. All right. Oh, thank you. Love my hair and makeup. It's kind of messy, but it's kind of fun. It's about 25 degrees in Wisconsin, Lisa. That's way too cold. I couldn't do it anymore. I don't think I could live in the snow anymore. All right. I have one more thing that I want to talk to you about, and then I got to scamper out of here because I'm meeting Lori for lunch in a little bit. I'm starving. And I just want to tell you guys that I have been working so much the last 6 weeks. I mean, I'm not kidding you, so much. And I think this week I have so far filmed 7 videos. 7. But here's the reason I've been working so hard, and my team has been working so hard too. I have an assistant, her name is Care. Honestly, that woman, I want to bless her every single day. She is a godsend to me. She is so good at what she does, and she's been so helpful. Here's the reason I've been working so much. On Sunday, January 28th, that's not very long. It's like, I don't know, what is that? 17 days from now? Not very long from now. 16 days? I'm actually launching a new channel here on YouTube. It's a brand new channel. It's very different than my current channel, but it is a passion of mine, and I have been having so much fun. So even though I've been working all day, every day, and filming, and getting all the things set up, it has been so much fun because I'm so motivated. I'm bouncing out of bed. I'm so excited about it. Do I love this channel? Absolutely. This is our girl channel where we get to go and have fun. The new channel is called Journey to the New Earth, and I am so excited about it. It's listed in the description box down below. What we're going to be talking about on that channel are all the spiritual things that are near and dear to my heart. That is really my wheelhouse and where I live and what I think about and talk about and educate myself on and learn about when I'm not doing things like this. It is a passion of mine. I am so excited about the channel, and it's going to be really fun, really educational, and I hope that you guys are going to join me. Even if it's not your cup of tea, I hope you come on over and just give it a try. You might find out that it's filled with love and it's filled with wisdom and it's filled with exciting information for humanity, and it's all filled with good vibes and good joy and good applications of things that we can bring into our own lives to really make life on this planet at this time a lot easier and more joyful. And I am so very excited about it. I have been filming interviews for the last 6 weeks. Some days I've been doing 3 and 4 interviews a day. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. The link is in the description box down below. And again, it launches January 28th, which is a Sunday. I think we're going to have at least 4 videos when we launch, maybe a couple of more, but I'm so very proud of it. I'm so very excited about it. I hope you'll give it a little bit of a listen, even if this doesn't feel like your cup of tea, if it's a little too out there for you, if you're not really sure that's, what you are interested in, you might find that there's things there that you go, oh, you know what? This feels really good. And that's what I hope it is. So that's what I have for you today, you guys. The MITO sale. I'm so appreciative to MITO because they don't really do special sales. And when I first talked with them about it, they said, we have a whole lot of affiliates, and if we give you a special deal, it puts us in an uncomfortable position with our others. And then they finally said, you know what? We're going to do this. This is worth it. So I'm really appreciative of them, and for them to launch their new MITO pod. If you have body issues, that might be a solution for you. Of course, always talk with your doctor, listen to your inner guidance, those kind of things. I'm certainly not going to counsel you on medical information for yourself. I'm too busy doing it for my own self, but make your own best decisions, follow your own guidance and your own inner voice. Talk to a medical professional if that's what works for you. So that's what I have for you today. Let's see. Joe has a question. How much weight have you lost? You look great, but you really persevered going to the gym. Yeah, I have actually lost a lot of weight. I think pound-wise, it's not as much as size-wise. I've gone from a 12 down to a 6. And the 6 are not tight. They're getting a little loose. So I'm probably going to be into a 4 in the next month. And I am going to do a fitness update with pictures of me in a bathing suit. I know, I can't even believe I'm doing that at my age. I am going to do that, but I have to find a company locally that will do my body fat composition, or so I can tell you, this is how much body fat I've lost. This is how much muscle mass I've gained, that sort of thing. So I'm looking around for that. But I can say this emphatically, you guys, and if you walk away with nothing else today, it has been the best decision I've made in my mature 60s. It really is. I can't even imagine going back to where I was. I was not fit. I was not healthy. I thought I was eating right. I wasn't. I am so active now. I'm at the gym almost every day. My eating is completely different. But here's the thing, even though I'm wearing a 6, I still have body fat to lose. And although I'm in much better shape than I was, I feel like I'm just beginning. My goal is to keep going, and I want to end up to be one of those women that you look at her and go, she works out. That's what I want. And of course, I had to wait until the hardest part of my life to do this, because just like collagen that disappears over time, muscle mass disappears over time too. And it's so much harder to build muscle when you're in your 60s. But you know what? I'm going to do it because I've seen other women do it. So I know it's possible, and I'm going to keep at it. And, I look in the mirror now and I think Body by Connie, because Connie, she's my functional nutritionist. I have done a few videos with her. They're over on the channel. She has made all the difference. And every time she suggests something to me and I don't want to do it, and then I finally do it, I realize, oh, she was right. And she was. So that's where I'm at with the fitness update. I'll probably have a video in February if I can, get my body composition done, because I want to give you guys the good information. Other than that, that's what I have today. I've got to run out and meet Lori for lunch. She's probably listening to this right now thinking, don't hurry, I'm fine. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. You guys know I love doing these lives. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I really do. It just means the world to me. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you this Sunday with a fun little video. Bye now.